Coronavirus outbreaks are happening in schools across Canada, in Quebec, in Alberta, in Ontario. Yikes, an outbreak. That is something for parents to be alarmed about, right? Well, sure, you always want to know if there's a case in your school. You want to be able to watch your child for symptoms. But what does that phrase outbreak actually mean? I have a bit of a quibble right now about this word that we're going to hear more and more now in the headlines as we get into the fall. Now, myself, someone who was a teenager in the 1990s throughout, there were those novels that came out, there were movies called, Outbreak.
Your town is being quarantined.
We got 19 dead. You got 100 more infected. It's spreading like a brush fire. What are you talking about?
I think that era of popular culture led us to believe that the phrase outbreak means a whole lot of people, many people are getting this thing in this one contained area, and it is not good. It is spreading like wildfire. But is that actually what the phrase outbreak means? Or at least is it how it's being used by officials here in Canada? Well, I'd like to read two definitions to you from the Ontario government website. Here's one about schools. They say, an outbreak in a school is defined as 2 or more lab-confirmed cases in students and or staff in a school with an epidemiological link within a 14-day period where at least one case could have reasonably acquired their infection in the school, including transportation and before or after school care. So there you have it. One case reasonably being acquired in the school. They don't even know for sure if the case was acquired at the school. So you're talking 2 cases at one school. Now, that's not good news, and by all means, yes, publicly report it. Let's discuss it. But we got to contextualize what that phrase outbreak even means. Now, let's take a look at the definition for an outbreak in a long-term care facility. Now, we all know that tragically, many of the deaths that have happened because of coronavirus in Canada have been related to outbreaks in long-term care facilities. And of course, there have been outbreaks where many people in these facilities have gotten them, and tragically, quite a few within one facility have died. But here's how they define the phrase outbreak. The Ontario government writes that they say an active COVID-19 outbreak indicates that the home has at least one lab-confirmed case of COVID-19 in a resident or staff, and the local public health unit or the home has declared an outbreak. So look, a very serious issue. We all want to be on guard, and we want to know what's happening to our loved ones, whether it's the schools they are attending or the long-term care facilities they are in. But I just think it's important we spread the message a bit more about what the phrase outbreak actually means. In long-term care, it means one case. In schools, it means 2, and the connection is a pretty tenuous one. So yes, wash your hands, wear masks, and do what you can to stop the spread. But news of an outbreak in your particular community, well, it doesn't mean necessarily what the 90s movies and novels would have made us believe.